What's up, guys? Arctic here, and today I wanted to give you guys a recap video. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. It's probably going to be a little bit longer. I'm a little under the weather, so you guys might see me take some sips of water during this video. Maybe I'll cut it, maybe I won't. Just depends. Voice is kind of scratchy right now. So this is a recap of 2013. I'm going to talk a little bit about 2014, what I have planned. First and foremost, I want to just say that I wish that you guys had a very happy holiday for Christmas. If you celebrated Christmas, I hope that you had a very happy and Merry Christmas. And if you're celebrating whatever holiday during this time period, I hope that it is very blessed and that you get whatever you want if you get some gifts. I also want to give a big thank you out to my subscribers and regular viewers. Thank you so much for the support this year. This has been a really challenging year for me. So if you've stuck through it, you guys just don't know how much I appreciate it. And I plan on, trust me, I plan on giving it back tenfold and going into the new year. So I really appreciate all the support, guys. So talking about 2013, it's been a challenge this year. I just said that a second ago, but it's been challenging because I decided to deviate away from what you guys were used to, that being Gears of War. One of the things that was a fantastic, phenomenal change to this year was the addition of Frag Logic, which we started doing right before Gears of War Judgment came out. So it's towards the beginning of the year, 2013, and I host that show every Tuesday with my teammate Skyless. And we've gone 47 weeks in a row without missing a show, and we're coming up very quickly on our year anniversary. And the support from you guys has just been fantastic. From people voting when we were doing poll topics, to participating in the show itself, coming on for viewer shows, to giving us live Q&A, providing feedback on what we're talking about. It's been a blast, and I really appreciate you guys making that show so special. It's been awesome to do Frag Logic. Now, right after we started doing Frag Logic, we picked up on Active Reload again to get ready for Gears of War Judgment. Active Reload was a show that was held by Kenny Cream, pretty big Twitch streamer, buddy of mine, and competitive Gears of War player. And we did that show on Gears of War 3, decided to bring it back for Gears of War Judgment, and the show fizzled out shortly before I stopped playing the game itself. And Gears of War Judgment was fun, but it didn't have enough content to keep me interested. I know there's a lot of people that don't like Gears of War Judgment, and there's a number of reasons why I know people don't like the game, but for me it was fun. I enjoyed it. It wasn't great, it wasn't the best Gears I played, but it certainly wasn't the worst. And I think if Epic maybe would have had more time, maybe they planned it out a little bit better, or maybe they just didn't release the game and focused everything on Gears of War 3, maybe we'd be in a different situation right now talking about Gears and thinking about what could have been Gears of War on the Xbox 360 from a competitive standpoint and for people that just want to play the game and be interested in the community. But I think Epic learned a lot from that. I really do. I think that they took a lot of feedback from that. And should they happen to have a new Gears of War title, I think they've maybe wised up to a number of things that they should do with the franchise. That being said, I personally am not too interested in a Gears of War title. I've said this on Twitter, I've probably said it a couple of times on Frag Logic, probably said it a couple of times in my videos now. I'm pretty far removed from Gears of War itself as a franchise, as the universe, and the community there, within it. I like participating sometimes in discussions about the game on Twitter, but that's about the extent of it. I haven't fired up the game in months, and I don't plan to. And it's just time for me to evolve as a gamer because I want a new experience. I've tried to convey this message as clearly as I can, but I'm really tired of rehashed gameplay. It happens all the time now, and it's really hard to get away from it. But because I was so stuck in Gears of War from a competitive standpoint, it made it very difficult for me to branch out and get my fill worth of different games and experiences because I was so dead set on placing well within MLG and, you know, winning an event, which we did. Now the only thing that was left, and that's still left, is to win a national title. Whether or not that'll happen is still up in the air. I'm still open to competing. I think that retiring from competition, especially in video games, is silly. So, you know, barring that we have the team structure and time and game to play, I'll still be competing. So that is not going away. But, you know, a lot of you guys that were interested in seeing Amazing compete, that didn't happen this year. It didn't happen on Gears of War Judgment. The competitive community wasn't there for the game. And the support wasn't there for the game. So a lot of factors added into why I was no longer playing the game. From a competitive standpoint, there was nothing there for us. And my team is very adamant about competing in things that are meaningful for them because they have this yearning to compete. It doesn't matter what the game is. They just want to be a part of competition. I don't think they want to play anything where we put ourselves behind the 8 ball. So Call of Duty is obviously not an option. And they want to have a new experience. They want to be recognized for, you know, maybe if not changing the game, just being a factor in the game. So I think that we could have done that on Gears of War Judgment had there been a competitive scene, but there wasn't. So for me to lead a bunch of guys that have tasted success and then try to push something that was not going to be, you know, a major title for them would have been a setback. So from that standpoint, you know, I kind of looked at it like, okay, what can I have these guys do? What should we do? And the only logical explanation for us was to look at next gen. What can we do on next gen titles? And that's kind of why I presented this date. Like, hey, I think in about 6 months or so, for some of you guys that remember this, I think in about 6 months or so, there's not going to be too many people playing Gears of War Judgment. That happened way quicker than that. So the reason I was saying that is because next gen was right around the corner. There's no date on Gears of War 4. So for me and my teammates, our interest naturally gravitated away from Gears. Now, from a content standpoint, on YouTube, I am very interested in posting what I'm playing, talking about what I'm playing. And if I'm not playing Gears, that means I'm not posting Gears because I'm not recording the video for it. And I'm not going to force myself to do it. And what I found out during this year, and which was why I think this year has been so challenging and empowering, is that, you know, my subscribers aren't really interested in me necessarily as a personality or me as a gamer. They're more interested in the game. And I think that was a tough pill to swallow. But at the same time, it really opened up my eyes to how I should go about building a presence on YouTube. You know, there's a couple people that I think that, you know, maybe they started one way and then they started branching out and started doing whatever. And, you know, I think I referenced Gold Glove is one of those guys. And, you know, him and I had a discussion about this. And, you know, he has really done that, right? He's branched out from just doing this. And now he posts whatever he wants. And the following that he has knows that he's going to do that. And so I think as a gamer, he can probably enjoy himself more because he can play whatever he wants. He's not limited to the confines of playing this and having people say, oh my God, why aren't you playing X game? Or why aren't you playing this game? Just play whatever, and people are interested in him as a person, him as a gamer. And that's what I've been focused on doing for the majority of this year. I've been focused on building content that personifies me as a person, me as a gamer, and that interests people from that angle. and maybe they share the same, interests as gamers and interests as people. And so that's the type of content I've decided to build on my channel. And I don't plan on really wrapping my channel up around one specific game anymore. I think you guys will see surges here and there of certain games. Obviously, Battlefield 4 just came out. Had a big surge on that. Killer Instinct Sparring Lab, kind of a surge on that. I think where you guys will probably see the biggest surge will be with Titanfall. But you also have to keep in mind that my team and I am personally interested in playing a lot of other games for next gen. So Destiny, The Division. So I can't really say there's going to be a ton of Titanfall gameplay that is going to bring in and usher in all these Titanfall guys that only want to see Titanfall videos, and that's what you're going to expect. Because that's probably not going to be the case. So deviating from Gears had a lot to do with where I was at, where I saw the community was heading, where my teammates were at, and where they want to go. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I have a couple other videos kind of talking about Gears of War, but that's basically why. I wanted to branch out as a content creator, as a gamer. There was no competitive scene for me to compete in to quench that competitive thirst that I have for gaming in general. And I saw that by sticking to one game, I was locking myself into people only being interested in the game rather than me as a person and me as a gamer. So I wanted to get away from that. Now, from a non-content side, this year also saw the first time I've been a part of a game being available on Steam. For those of you guys that don't know, I am a developer. I'm a community manager at Edge of Reality Game Studio. I've been with the studio for about 3 years now. And our game Loadout went on Steam, I believe May 5th was the date, 2013. So, in addition to trying to manage a YouTube channel, cutting back on some of my content a little bit, I've been in the heat of getting our game prepped for launch. And that's very close now. We're getting really close to open beta, so it's been a very interesting experience from start to finish on developing a game. I've been a part of the dev team specifically for Loadout for a very, very long time. And, it's just been awesome to see the changes, awesome to get feedback from, not be on the, I guess, gamer side of feedback to a developer. All right, so I get to see from a developer standpoint what people are saying about a product that we've made and how they feel. And I mean, there's a lot of overlap between a lot of different, communities, specifically obviously for shooters. So that's been very eye-opening, and just seeing how people perceive games and just the industry as a whole when they don't know the ins and outs of game development. Very, very eye-opening. I would love to talk about that some more, but I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. And I think the biggest thing, that's why I saved it for last, this year has been raising my daughter. Last year, December 5th, 2012, my daughter was born. So we had 3 weeks or so into 2012 before a brand new year of learning how to be a dad and a parent. And man, oh man, it is an experience unlike anything else. Lack of sleep, figuring out how to manage your time, being there for family events and stuff. It's just been crazy. And, I've tried to now start incorporating my daughter a lot more because she's starting to get a personality, and she's running around now and saying mom, dad, and stuff like that now. So it's cool, and I'm trying to bring you guys along for the ride now from a game development standpoint and personal standpoint. And there's so many things that come into my mind about being a dad and there's a lot for me personally that I want to make sure that I can do. And you never have, like, if I could just, this is like real personal stuff, right? For me, I have never had the feeling that, that understanding of, I guess, trying to protect someone. Maybe my little brother, you guys know him as Orange. Maybe him. Maybe my mom a little bit here and there. But when you have a child, man, I remember she got this scratch from our cat, and I have never been so, like, over a scratch. I was ready to kill our cat. And so, I mean, that feeling of, like, protection for your child is, like, crazy. And I always thought my mom was, like, really paranoid and a little overprotective, but, I definitely see why. And, I'd love to do some more talking about being a dad as well. I've had people to kind of talk about that as well. I just don't know where I would fit it in and what videos and stuff, and based on the content. But, there's been a lot of happy moments, her first walking, her starting to say dad and mom, her crawling, her weird stuff, like her sipping out of a straw was like a big moment, because she could, like, take a straw and it's like, oh, you know how to do that? Oh my god, oh, mind blown. So it's like the littlest stuff you have way more appreciation for when you have a kid. And this year has been really eye-opening to that. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got for 2013. I'm gonna go into the future real quick, wrap this video up because it's a little bit longer, like I said. Now, 2014, what you guys can expect. I talked about Titanfall. I think a lot of people are excited for Titanfall. I think a lot of you guys are really hype about us hyping it up, talking about, yeah, we're going to be doing this and this and this. That's probably the game that our team will be competing on again on a very serious level. So, if you have subscribed to Amazing MLG and used to love our listen-ins when we're doing stuff there, expect more of that for Titanfall. I'm really looking forward to doing content for that game, in addition to content for Destiny, which is the other game that'll be out that I'm really stoked about playing. I think it's in September is when that releases, of 2014. So between those two games, I think there'll be a lot of content on my channel that those two communities will probably enjoy. But that's not all that's going to be on my channel. Now, I talked about this idea of branching out, and I really want people to see and start to enjoy, I think, more of my personality. So doing more things where I'm on the camera talking to you guys. That's something I want to do. Doing way more live streaming. This is going to be the year of me live streaming much, much more than I have in the past. Now, keep in mind, my schedule, I talked about being a dad, my schedule is pretty crazy. So for me, I might be streaming at really odd hours before I figure out a time that I can. Obviously, I have family, Christy, the baby. It'll be difficult, but trust me, I'm starting to get into a rhythm already, and I think that I'll have it figured out by the time we head into next year and we get the year moving. So expect live streaming. If you're not following either my Twitch, my Twitter, whatever, please do so, because that always notifies me, you guys, of when I'm streaming. So if you guys have missed it, I got all that information down in the description. Links save lives. I think I'll have another saying for 2014. I'm thinking something like, stay chill, because I'm Arctic. Something like the stay chill. Stay chill, guys. Let me know. Let me know. I want to hear some feedback from you guys on what I should adopt as my saying. It has to do with the Arctic. Think about that. Stay with the Arctic. We gotta create something. Stay chill. Stay chill 2014. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I plan on streaming more. I'll be on Twitch. I'll be live streaming on YouTube. Subscriber Sundays coming back. I've already gotten 3 now back into the rhythm. So expect that. Lots of games. Lots of games. So if you don't like lots of games, if you just hate gaming, if you only want to play one game and talk about one game and only be in one game community, this is not going to be the channel for you. Now, if you love games, if you love being a gamer, if you love seeing a lot of games, if you love people talking about a lot of games, if you love seeing games in all types of variety, I promise you, this will be the channel for you. Okay? Okay? All right, guys, I'm out. Bye. Stay chill.